Okay, guys, we are in chapter magnetic effects of electric current. In that magnetic effects of electric current, till now we have seen concepts like what is meant by magnet. Around magnet, there will be magnetic field and how we can draw magnetic field lines we have seen, and we have seen few experiments where when there is magnet there is a magnetic field, when there is conductor you can pass electricity, that and all we have seen. But today's concept is so important, that is today's concept, force acting on current carrying conductor which is placed in magnetic field. That is the concept we are going to discuss in this lecture. So, force acting on current carrying conductor which is placed in magnetic field, that we'll see. To learn this concept, we need few basics. Let us try to understand those basics first. So guys, few flowcharts you need to remember. First flowchart. If you take any magnet, around this magnet definitely there will be magnetic field. Now if you take another magnet, for this magnet also there will be magnetic field. Now if you place two magnets, or if you bring these two magnets near to each other, I mean here you may have one magnet with north and south pole, here you may have another magnet, maybe north and south pole, distance is great, so there is huge distance. So when distance is great, its strength will be less. What is that strength? Strength of attraction or strength of repulsion will be less. Now if distance is decreased, means there will be a magnet here, there might be another magnet here. Now here distance is less. Now let us consider this one is north pole, this one is south pole. For another magnet there is north pole this side and south pole this side, both are like poles, so definitely this magnet would go backwards, this magnet would go backwards, means there will be repulsion. From basics I am talking, repulsion. Why there will be repulsion? Because from north, of course, magnetic line of forces will start. From this magnet, from north, magnetic line of force will start. We know both magnetic lines never intersect. Because of that one, automatically there will be repulsion. So repulsion in the sense it is moving back. Moving back means we can talk about motion, isn't it? If a body is in motion, motion means moving. So whenever there is repulsion, or guys, whenever there is attraction, definitely attraction means moving front, we can talk. Attraction in the sense moving front, repulsion means moving back. Either moving front or moving back, refers to motion. So simply to say, if you place one magnet here and consider this is North Pole and South Pole. If you place another magnet here, consider this magnet which we have tightly, we are holding it tightly. You are holding this magnet tightly. This magnet is free and this is attached to one. So this magnet is attached. Let us consider here we have kept some Fevikwik and we have stick to the surface. Now this magnet is free. Consider this is South Pole and North Pole. What will happen? Automatically this magnet will move forward. It will move front. Move forward means there is attraction. Attraction in the sense it is moving. Whenever it is moving, we can call it as motion. So by this what we can understand, either attraction or repulsion, motion is common. Attraction or repulsion, motion is common. That you can understand from the topic. Next, guys, if you take one magnet and if you place another magnet near to first magnet, by considering the poles, we can say there will be either attraction or repulsion. That's it, right? If it is north, north or south, south, there will be repulsion. If it is north, south, south, north, there will be attraction. Only one will happen definitely, either attraction or repulsion. When it is happening, basically we need to understand why you can find attraction or repulsion when you place two magnets. Already we have discussed, if you take one magnet, for this magnet there will be magnetic field. If you take another magnet, for this magnet also there will be magnetic field, and two magnetic fields or two magnetic field lines never intersect, never intersect. Because of this property, there will be either attraction or repulsion. Same thing you can consider in the example of, take a circuit, consider there is a key where we kept one small gap and which is connected to a cell. Now circuit is open. You can take a conductor, you can connect between these two, and if you insert key, it will become closed circuit and automatically current will pass through this conductor. And if you place a compass needle, for example, it will be showing some north and south direction at first as default direction. After passing electricity, what will happen? It will deflect, and we have learnt direction also. If it is flowing from north to south, there will be deflection towards east. Why it will deflect? Because let us understand one flow chart. If you take conductor, conductor means a material which allows electricity. If you pass electricity, so instead of writing here, if I write here, that would be easy for you to understand. If I pass electricity to conductor, that conductor behaves like magnet, that is for sure. Very simple flow chart. If you pass electricity through conductor, that conducting wire will behave like magnet. Whenever it is behaving like magnet, definitely around conductor there will be magnetic field. There will be magnetic field. You may get doubt how that conductor will behave like magnet. We have very simple small experiment in 6th class. Take one iron nail, some big iron nail, take copper wire and try to arrange copper wire like this. So just you can wrap that needle with the copper wire, and you can take that copper wire and take one cell. You can connect those two copper wires to the cell such that what will happen, and if you place few iron fillings or small pins, ballpoint pins near to that, automatically all ballpoint pins will be attached to this, isn't it? Will be attracted. First of all, this iron nail was a metal. All metals are good conductors of electricity. Now we are passing some electricity to this conductor. This conductor is becoming magnet, and around this magnet definitely there will be magnetic field. So this point you must remember. If you pass electricity to conductor, conductor behaves like magnet. When it is behaving like magnet, automatically there will be magnetic field around it. Next, this is one flowchart you need to understand, and this is one concept you need to understand. If you place one magnet near another magnet, there will be attraction or repulsion. That is the second concept you need to understand. So first concept, this. Second concept is this. While coming to third concept, either attraction or repulsion, it will move back or it will move front. Simply to say there will be motion. So whenever you hear about attraction or repulsion or deflection, there will be motion. So when two magnets are placed near to each other, there will be motion. That is third concept. So once again, first concept, if you pass electricity through conductor, conductor behaves like magnet and magnetic field is produced. Number two, if two magnets are placed near, if it is placed side by side or one upon another, there will be either attraction or repulsion for sure. When there is attraction and repulsion, definitely you can say there is a motion. Compass needle, if you observe, first it will be like this. Because of the attraction or repulsion, it may turn like this. I mean, it may turn like this, or it may deflect in this direction. Means there is motion, isn't it? Now you need to understand fourth concept. That is, let us enter into the chapter motion. If there is a ball, that ball will be at rest, consider. Now I want to make that ball to be in motion. So first that ball will be at rest. I want to make that ball to set into motion. What I have to do means, definitely I need to apply some force on it. Newton's first law of motion. Every body continues to be in its state unless external force is applied. So if you want to make a body from rest to motion, definitely we need force. That is fourth concept. You should remember. So four concepts you need to remember to understand this concept. So what is the first concept? Whenever you pass electricity through conductor, that conductor behaves like magnet and magnetic field is produced. What is the second concept you need to remember? Whenever two magnets are brought near to each other, when we are talking about two magnets, you must talk about two magnetic fields, isn't it? Whenever you find two magnetic fields, definitely there will be attraction or repulsion. That is the second topic you must understand. Third topic, whenever you are talking about deflection, deflection in the sense nothing but attraction or repulsion. So whenever you find attraction or repulsion in magnets, simply to say those are in motion. Motion. What is the fourth topic you should understand? You should remember, whenever a person is talking about motion, what is the cause of motion? What is the cause of motion? Force. Those are the four topics you should understand, to remember or to analyze this topic, that is force acting on current carrying conductor. So guys, till now we have understood this one. Now let us perform one activity. Let us understand one activity. Take one stand, which we can find in chemistry laboratory something, and there will be one rigid support to that stand. Now take one thread and by using a thread tie one small conductor. So take one metallic rod first. So this one is metallic rod, simply to say conductor. We took one metal rod. Next, I think so you are familiar with the horseshoe magnet. Now place horseshoe magnet such that this conductor should be in between two poles. So if this is horseshoe magnet, that conductor should be here. So that should be between these two poles, north and south. Next, so place one horseshoe magnet like this. So this is magnet. This one is stand. Okay, now what you can do, this is metallic rod or small piece of iron, copper, maybe. Take one battery eliminator, or simply to say one battery, which will produce some voltage. Okay, maybe 230 volts something, or maybe 20 volts something, no problem. You can take less amount of voltage, less current, no problem. So there definitely there will be two terminals for the battery, positive terminal, negative terminal. Now take copper wire, connect one copper wire to one end of the conductor and connect to positive terminal. Take another copper wire and connect to another end attached to negative terminal. Don't switch it on. Now it is in off state. So this is the arrangement you have to do it. I'll show textbook picture. So this is the picture which is available in your textbook. So you can see that arrangement. This is stand. This one is metal rod. It acts as conductor. This one, which is this is copper wire, or you can say conducting wire. It's your wish. Copper wire. And this is magnet. Now, guys, this metal rod or conductor is placed between two poles of the magnet. We are talking the situation when battery is off. Battery is off in the sense there is no current, guys. There is no current. Okay. If there is no current, first of all, let us see. Here, main thing what we need to observe means this metal rod or conductor and magnet. So first let us take magnet. Now that magnet is horseshoe magnet. Okay, whatever it may be the magnet, either horseshoe or bar magnet, around this magnet what will be present? Magnetic field is present, isn't it? Now this side we have conductor. We have conductor here. Are we passing any current through the conductor? No, we are not passing any current. If you are not passing any current to the conductor, nothing will happen. Now try to on this battery. If you on this battery, what will happen, guys? You see, there is a positive terminal or negative terminal where current is flowing and it is reaching to the conductor, and again it is leaving from the conductor. So simply to say, you are passing current. You are passing current through conductor. Current or electricity? So if you pass electricity through conductor, conductor behaves like magnet. So when conductor is behaving like magnet, around this magnet what will be present? Magnetic field is present. Guys, till now we have completed this first point, if you remember. So if you pass electricity through conductor, it behaves like magnet and magnetic field is produced. So already there is magnet here. Already there is magnet. It is a, or whether it may be artificial magnet or natural magnet, permanent magnet, temporary magnet, we don't want, no need to bother. But when there is magnet, there will be magnetic field. And if you are passing current through the conductor, that conductor is behaving like magnet and magnetic field is produced. Now you see how many magnetic fields are there? First magnetic field, second magnetic field. Now come to the second point. If you have two magnets or two magnetic fields, if you have two magnets or two magnetic fields, what will happen, guys? definitely there will be attraction or repulsion, right? So when two magnetic fields are near to each other, definitely there will be attraction or repulsion takes place. So what will happen? What is your guess? If you pass electricity, definitely this rod will give one small jerk, or it will deflect. That rod will deflect. Again, if you switch off the current, what will happen? That will come to its original position. So you can see me, right? Now you see this one is horseshoe magnet. Now you kept iron rod or some conductor inside this one. Now if you pass current, that may deflect like this. Again, if you switch it off, comes to original position. Again, if you on, deflect, it will come to original position. So like that, attraction or repulsion is taking place. Attraction or repulsion means definitely there is motion. What is the cause of the motion? Force. So simply to say, when two magnets are kept near each other, force is produced. So here three things you need to concentrate. Number one, number one is current. First important thing is current. Second important thing is magnetic field. Third important thing is motion, that is nothing but force. So while coming to the topic's name, force acting on current carrying conductor which is placed in magnetic field. Yes, if any current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, definitely force is produced. Yeah, that is the concept we have learned, right? You see, so it will move in the sense force. What is this? Around this magnet there will be magnetic field. So from this battery, what we are getting? Current. These three things are important: current, magnetic field, force. So from this, what we can understand? Whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, or if a current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, what will happen? Force is produced or force is generated, right? Force is observed. Force means either attraction or repulsion. That is the concept you need to understand. You see, this one is current carrying conductor which is placed in magnetic field. If you pass electricity through the conductor behaves like magnet, and already there is a magnet. When two magnetic fields are merging, we know magnetic field lines never intersect. Because of that, there will be attraction or repulsion. Because of attraction or repulsion, there will be deflection. The deflection is nothing but force. And you need to understand one thing: if you wanna find force, what should be the direction of current? Here that plays very major role, guys. Direction of current. If you remember one diagram in second lecture we have discussed, there are two circuits. In first circuit, positive is this side and negative is this side, and second circuit, positive is this and negative is this side. If you place compass needle, because of the change, we have learned one thing. What we have learned? when there is change in direction of current, there will be change in magnetic field. Do you remember? When there is change in direction of current, there will be change in magnetic field. So if you see this second here, that's what we have discussed. If there is change in direction of current, there will be change in direction of deflection. So this is the diagram I am talking about. So guys, here you see we are talking about three things, right? What are those three things? Number one, current. Number two, magnetic field. Number three, force. Now you see, if there is any change in current, here we have studied, when there is change in direction of current, there will be change in magnetic field, right? So in magnetic field there will be change. When there is change in magnetic field, of course there will be change in force, isn't it? So these three are depending on each other. In one particular direction, one particular magnetic field and one type of force, either attraction or repulsion. If you change the current, magnetic field will be reversed and deflection also will be reversed. So if you reverse everything, everything will be reversed. That is a concept you should understand, and here we need to understand directions. So that direction of current, direction of magnetic field, direction of force can easily remembered by using Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. What is that Fleming's left hand rule? I'll show diagram, you can get it. So while coming to this, so we are discussing about Fleming's left hand rule. Here, this is the diagram which is showing Fleming's left hand rule. If you take your left hand and you need to open three fingers, thumb, this is index finger and middle finger. So if you stretch these three fingers mutually perpendicular to each other, perpendicular to each other. What is meant by perpendicular to each other? So these three fingers should act as three axes: x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So it should act as three axes. Sorry, or else I'll go with this. It will be easy for you to analyze. Okay, anyhow we have here, right? Okay, fine, good. So perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other means one finger should have angle 90 degrees with another finger, and this should have 90 degrees with another, this should have 90 degrees with another. So x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, if you observe, there will be exactly 90 degrees between these three. Fine. From index to middle finger, 90 degrees. From index to thumb, 90 degrees. From thumb to middle finger should be 90 degrees. And it is easy to understand. You see, it is index finger, or you can call it as forefinger, right? Forefinger. So forefinger we have F. In magnetic field we have F. So always your index finger will indicate magnetic field, and this thumb will indicate motion, or force, you can say, motion, and this middle finger will indicate current passing through conductor. Guys, this is just extension of right hand thumb rule. If you see right hand thumb rule, just for time being, you forget about this thumb. Just think about this index finger and this middle finger. If the middle finger is direction of current, means consider there is wire like this and current is passing in this direction. You see, middle finger is direction of current. How about magnetic field in the straight carrying conductor? Will be like this, isn't it? Around the conductor. So this is magnetic field, right? It is easy to understand. So if you compare this left hand rule with right hand rule, both are same, but in right hand rule we are considering thumb as current and all fingers as magnetic field. Here also you can consider this finger as magnetic field, as we are considering all four fingers. So in right hand rule, difference you see. In right hand thumb rule, and while coming to left hand rule, in right hand rule thumb and remaining four fingers are there. While coming to left hand rule, what we have? You have thumb and forefinger or index finger, and you have middle finger, right? This thumb is indicating what? Current. But here middle finger is indicating current and four fingers are indicating magnetic field. So here also forefinger or index finger is indicating magnetic field. Thumb is indicating force or motion. So you can apply right hand thumb rule to left hand. So here this is consider conducting wire and this is field, so which is around this one, right? Now just try to understand this concept. This concept will be used in working of motor. So for every electrical for every devices there will be principles, isn't it? How rocket works with the principle of Newton's third law, aeroplane. So Bernoulli's principle, like that we have principles, and in our next lecture we'll talk about working of motor, and motor works with the principle of Fleming's left hand rule. So what is Fleming's left hand rule? If three fingers are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other, thumb indicates force of the conductor or motion of the conductor. Index finger indicates magnetic field. Middle finger indicates current. Fine. So that is the thing you need to understand from this. So that's it in this lecture.